Welcome back. Time to find out what we got wrong and what we missed from TV's Andy Levy over at the Red Eye News Deck. Andy, how'd you do without me? I was away. Did you notice?
No, were you?
Yeah, I was. I was away for a couple of days.
No, the days went very smoothly. It was everyone in the audience. I mean, in the office was like everything was calm. There was a little party yesterday, and then you surprisingly came back today.
I couldn't wait to get back.
Yeah, I'm not really clear on where you were, but I saw this. Please explain what this is. Can we roll this?
And let me give it that beep beep, running her head to my throat, rising on 24, on the tail on the radio, toot toot beep beep, toot toot beep beep, toot toot.
Oh my God.
Good. Yeah, we were actually, I thought this was a secret project that I couldn't talk about, Andy. That's why I wasn't tweeting about it.
Yeah.
But apparently the cat's out of the bag because that was in the newspaper today. We sang at a French restaurant last night. We were just, getting a little crazy singing songs.
Where was that?
It was in Vancouver, British Columbia. We were up there shooting something for The Tonight Show for an interactive Universal Studios. It's going to be The Tonight Show Live. So the barbershop quartet of The Tonight Show is going to be part of that. So it's exciting.
All right. Yeah, I just thought it was kind of interesting because it looked like the crowd was just trying to eat their dinner, and they looked honestly more annoyed than entertained. And the reason I think that's interesting is I happen to know that on the back of the Barbershop Harmony Society membership card, you might be aware of this, Tom, it has their code of ethics, and you can see number 6 is we shall refrain from forcing our songs upon unsympathetic ears.
Yeah.
This, to me, that seemed like a clear violation of the code, what you guys were doing.
Well, it's a judgment call. We had dinner. We thought they would enjoy a song.
You thought, yeah. Did you ask?
We didn't ask, Andy, but, it's sympathy is in the ear of the beholder. I noticed that logo. You put up the old logo, SBSQSA.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's old school, Andy.
Yeah, I'm a bit of a kibber.
Wow.
Yeah. Let's get into the show, shall we?
Okay.
Do I have any time left? Trump is just putting on an act or whatever. Rob, you said you're going to go out on a limb and say that, Trump isn't going to suddenly become more presidential.
Yes.
Yeah, this idea that there are two different Trumps, let's be clear, there is no two Trumps, only Zool.
True. That's true.
Troy, you said for Trump to become more presidential, he'd have to change on the protozoal level, I believe you said?
Protoplasmic.
Protoplasmic. Oh, that makes more sense.
I mean, come on.
Yeah.
That's right.
I kind of feel like if he does suddenly become more presidential, that will be the act.
Yeah, that's probably right. I mean, we know what he is, right? He's sort of aggressively ignorant and aggressively confident. It's President Joe Blue.
Yeah. Carly, you said it would be a bad political move for Trump to become more presidential because being who he is what's working for him. I kind of agree with that. For better or worse, depending on how you feel about him, Trump is Trump.
Trump is Trump. That's the one thing that he has. Whether you like him or hate him, he is who he is.
Yeah. I also feel like we've heard this before. Like every time he wins a primary, he comes out and gives his acceptance, his victory speech, and he sort of moderates his tone. And then political reporters who need to write stories start writing about how, this is the new presidential Trump.
He said,
and then a day later, he said Senator Cruz, and then a day later he's out on the campaign trail saying Lion Ted again.
Yep.
So, yeah.
He's not going anywhere.
Yeah. Cruz ad bashes Trump on transgender bathrooms. Tom, you said you don't like going into a man's bathroom sometimes because there are guys in there that you don't want to be around, and you asked Rob, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
You mean the gays.
That's not what I was talking about.
Yeah, we all know what you mean. Tom.
I'm talking about some guys from the wrong side of the tracks. They're I don't know what they're doing in that bathroom.
I think, to be fair, you are kind of a slender, boyish man.
Yeah.
I totally see.
And I'm out there, I'm on the roads, Andy. I go in the truck stops,
I think, yeah,
right,
that's what we hear. So let's, maybe I'm not saying that the victim's asking for it, but maybe if your pants weren't so tight.
And maybe don't accept payment is all we're saying.
Don't demand payment. I think.
Yes.
Wow.
Carly, you asked why there has to be a law about this. Yeah, this seems like a non-issue on both sides that somehow got turned into an issue by both sides.
Yep.
I don't get it. Did anybody care about this?
Thanks to the 2016 presidential race, this is now what we're talking about. Bathrooms.
Yep. New Hillary PAC will fight you online. Tom, you and Carly and Farrah pronounced it GIF, while Rob said it was GIF.
Yeah.
Rob is correct.
Yeah.
What?
Thank you, Andy.
Hmm?
He just doesn't even say, in my
Yes.
opinion. He just says correct.
No,
Well, that's his job, is to know what's right.
I did not point out that there is pretty much like a big split among people how to
Yeah,
pronounce it.
it's like 50-50.
I just took the right side and that
Ran
was
with it. Yeah.
Troy, you said this whole thing is small ball, that it's intern work, which I tend to agree with. What I get a kick out of the most is how the Clinton campaign and this PAC and the hardcore Clinton supporters, they walk around like they're always the aggrieved party, like people are always picking on them. When the reality is they're some of the most vicious, mean, and unprincipled people in politics.
Yeah, they can be whatever they need to be at any given moment.
Yeah.
If they need to play the victim, they'll do it. If they want to play the aggressor, but they have a wonderful way of sort of backpedaling from it.
Yes. Farrah, you said everyone is underestimating what a good social media strategy can do. I actually do kind of agree with that, too. I think it is, you know, these days it's pretty important. My only thing is they claim that this will target lies and harassment, and I don't think for a minute that it will stop there.
It won't stop it, no.
No, I don't think it'll stop there.
Oh, what you think?
I think it'll just
more?
go further, and it'll start being, if you say anything about disagreeing with Hillary, you will get swarmed on by a bunch of smarmy people.
Well, we'll see what happens. I think the campaign has
They've got $1 million to spend.
But, you know, Bernie had a really good social strategy, and that worked for him, so they're taking the cues from that.
Yeah, I agree. Brands recognize Prince's death. Carly, you said this is no different from celebrities tweeting their favorite Prince stories that are really about them. I think those are much worse.
Oh, you think they're worse?
No, absolutely.
You have a point, actually.
Yeah.
You might be onto something.
Yeah. I'm sort of over the whole let's get mad at brands for stuff like this thing. I think, yeah, brands should stay out of this and things like this are dumb, but ultimately, who cares?
Yeah, and everybody's tweeting about it, so then Cheerios is like, oh, gosh, we have to send something out, too.
Yeah.
Not a big deal.
I also thought the Cheerio as the dot on the I was cute.
I thought it was adorable, too.
Yeah. Rob, you said that tweet that we showed about the guy who said he's already mad about Bruno Mars' Prince medley at next year's Grammys. You said it was too soon. Yeah. I have to say, I disagree. I read the tweet. I thought it was great.
You know, I feel like a lot of these Twitter people are kind of crazy, you know, and they're all in their underwear tweeting, and that was probably one of those weirdos that, you know, that I hope the Hillary Clinton people go after first.
Yeah, looks like it got a lot of faves and retweets too. But I don't know.
A lot of those are bots.
Probably, yeah. Troy, you said we don't have mass culture anymore, and I think that's one of the reasons that Prince's death did sort of hit a lot of people hard, because he was one of maybe the last vestiges of mass culture where a lot of different groups liked him.
The thought exercise is think of somebody within the last 5 or 10 years in the music industry who would have this. Maybe Adele, maybe Cap'n Crunch does something really tasteless in 30 years when Adele kicks off.
Justin Bieber.
Yeah.
Bieber.
And the rudeness double standard. Okay, so Farrah, the study showed that when men spoke in angry tones, they came across as more credible and persuasive, while angry women were perceived as emotional and untrustworthy, and you agreed that that was a double standard. Maybe it's not a double standard. Maybe men who speak in angry tones are more credible and persuasive, and angry women are emotional and untrustworthy. Did you ever think of that?
No. I think the problem is that the women are judging the men's tone, and they're being the one to say, oh, they're powerful, they're this. And then when men take it from women, they're like, oh, it's terrible, she's cold, she's rude.
Yeah.
So I think there's a lot of things at play there, and in conclusion, we've decided that women are the best.
All right. I was just asking a question. No need to jump all over me.
Stating the facts.
Crazy, man. In all seriousness, just to close out, I do think this is definitely true that this double standard exists. I also do think there are women who take advantage of it to pretend that they are demure and their adversaries are the only rude ones. Hillary Clinton. I'm done.
Thank you, Andy.